Imran awaits his turn. He feels nauseous and giddy. Kabir coolly says, "See you downstairs," and jumps off the plane. As Arjun is about to dive, he tells Imran, "Let go, Imran! Just let it all go!" This is my favorite moment in the movie Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. In my stint as an audit associate at one of the big four firms, I got a chance to go to camping. Until then, my only adventure was a failed attempt at climbing a wobbly ladder. When asked if I was afraid of heights, I had quipped, "No, I'm afraid of that ladder." So I went to the camp with mixed emotions. After conquering the sinister zipline and rowing across a vast lake, it was time for rappelling. We trekked to the rappelling point, and lo and behold, there was a ladder. The ladder served as a bridge between the two rocks. Disguised as a joke, I asked the instructor if we must use the ladder. He dismissed it with a wave. No choice. Some of my colleagues climbed down the 40 feet rock with ease. A few others didn't attempt it. And then someone asked me, "Are you rappelling?" My heart, which was mulling over the same question, began to race. All my life I had not shied from a challenge, but this was a different ball game altogether. I unfortunately nodded in the affirmative. All my colleagues were surprised. Before the instructor assisted me with the harness, I asked him, "Is it safe?" He said, "Of course." I stood facing the instructor and my peers on the edge of the rock. "Are you ready?" "I'm not sure." "It's okay, take your time." And then I did. I stood in the same position for over 5 minutes. Though the instructor lost patience, he found it all very funny. And for my colleagues, they were watching a live funny video. And then he said, "If you don't want to do it, let's go back." I involuntarily took my first step. It was welcomed with hooting. The rules were clear. Let go of your left hand off the rope, only then you can climb down and hold on to it with your right hand. Always stay parallel to the ground and never look down. I uncertainly nodded and took a few steps. And then I looked down. I let go of my right hand, then my left. Uh-oh, I lost my balance. I was parallel to the rock and not the ground. I was swinging like a pendulum. My initial days as an audit associate were as refreshing as the first monsoon showers. But later, I lost interest, and the showers became a torrent and began to get to my nerves. Many a night, I went home and bluntly declared, "I just don't want to continue in this job." But my parents asked me to hang on. They then told me the idioms on patience in at least 4 languages. They then made a compelling case for job security. And the drama had a twist. It turned into horrors of not having enough balance in my bank if I hadn't found another reasonable job within quick time. So the next day, I would be up before the crack of dawn, ready to board the bus. I am an optimist, but at times, I do have to agree with the 6-year-old Calvin from Bill Watterson's comic strip, Calvin&Hobbes. He tells his pet tiger Hobbes, "That's one of the remarkable things about life. It's never so bad that it can't get worse." As if my job situation wasn't bad enough, my dad was admitted to the hospital under serious circumstances. I focused all my attention towards him and mom. After a prolonged battle, he prevailed. But I could not take it anymore. A few days after that episode, I decided to call it quits. Mom asked me, "Only if you had put down the papers after securing another job. It would have been your safety net." And then I was reminded of the instructor's words and asked her, "Ma, how can I hold on to myself if I don't let go of that job, huh?" She left without saying a word. The first few days of work were very refreshing, just like a light drizzle on a hot summer's day. but it wasn't enough to take the heat off me. Even I was afraid if I had made a blunder. But sometimes what you are most afraid of is the very thing that will set you free. After running the plow for 2 months, I landed a job at a respectable bank. My parents were thrilled, and the period of drought was followed by a successful harvest. Wait, I left you hanging on to the rappling story, right? I was still in a daze. I could hear a few laughs. People below asked me to hang on. And then the instructor said, "It's okay, the guys will pull you down with the rope." At times in life, you should know what you can't let go. Self-belief must be one of them. I pulled myself with all the might and placed my feet on the rock. "Come on, Varun, you can do it!" And then I started my descent. Unconsciously, I had climbed down half the distance. The cheers grew louder. At last, I successfully climbed down to be congratulated by my peers. I know I had not climbed down Mt.Everest, but that rock was my Everest. As Mark Twain has said, courage is not the absence of fear, it's the mastery of it. I began running around in joy. Woohoo! Just like Imran had after he had overcome the fear of jumping off a plane. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, if you want to be free of your biggest fear, free of the fear of losing your friends, free from pain, free from the past, I know it's tough, free from a dead-end job or even a relationship, let go. Just let it all go. Toastmaster of the day, over to you.